Hello, and welcome to Science of Design Talks. We created these short, snackable video series for marketing and product leaders who want to learn how they can use behavioral science to scale and grow their products. Each video is only a few minutes long and will cover a single behavioral science principle plus some real-life applications of it. Enjoy. All right. For our behavioral science principle today, we're going to be covering the endowment effect. So the endowment effect basically means that as humans, we basically tend to value products and services that we already own as higher than those that we don't. The research behind it is quite clever. So in the lab, they gave people a mug and had them hold on to it for a few minutes. And then they asked them, how much would you be willing to part with? And how much would you be willing for me to pay you in order for you to part with the mug? And what they found is that just a simple act of people holding on to a mug in their hands, people were all of a sudden demanding a lot more money for it. And this really explains why, as humans, we have such a hard time parting with our homes and our cars and belongings that we're trying to sell, because ultimately we tend to value it more than what the market is willing to bear. Now, the example I want to show here is a project that we did with a client of ours. They're in educational technology space, and they actually had really great adoption for their product. So they were in about 60% of the schools nationwide. But the challenge that they had was that they were not able to get people to renew successfully. And so we ended up doing a bunch of research for them. But one of the research that we did was testing out this idea of the endowment effect. So we ended up running a series of emails going to their client base, and we tested a couple of different behavioral science principles. One principle that we tested was this idea of cognitive fluency, which we've covered in one of our SOD snackables. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch that video. But generally, the idea is that when we make things simple, it actually pulls people in and gets them to show more interest in our product. So with our cognitive fluency example, we just wanted to simply explain what they do in easier terms. Then we also thought about using social proof, which is this idea that if we as humans look to others to guide our decisions, so we basically wanted to kind of nudge and show that, hey, there's other people and other school districts that are using the solution at high fidelity, and so should you. And finally, with our endowment example, we wanted to basically remind people that they've already invested in this technology, and they're simply not using it at high fidelity. And what was really interesting is that across all of the metrics that we measured, the endowment effect ended up performing the best out of all of the different measures. Some more examples of endowment effect. I really like this one. This is for, gas and electric company. They're based in California, and they're trying to get low-income households to join their family electric rate assistance program. And what you notice here is that they use the word claim as opposed to sign up. And what claim does, it inherently gets us to think that we already own a benefit. So we're basically saying, come and claim this discount or this benefit. And we're basically saying you already own it. You're not just using it. This is the clever use of the endowment effect. Another example is for a client of ours. They're in digital health space. And our goal for them was to figure out how do we increase enrollment in a new mental health program that they were rolling out. And we tried different techniques, but the technique that ultimately worked the best was basically reminding people that their employer has already invested in this solution for them, and they need to take advantage of it. And so we basically said that, this is already a benefit that you qualify for and you have. And when we used endowment language in our messaging, we were able to see about a 60% increase in click-through rates and interest in signing up for the program. Do you have a marketing or product challenge that could use help from behavioral science? Each month, we offer 5 free behavioral science consults with our team of scientists to our listeners. To see if you qualify, simply follow the link hellonextstep.com/SOD and drop us a note. And remember, you can also take advantage of the wealth of free content that we have on our website in our resources section, including videos, how-tos, and case studies. Thanks so much.